CBS LA Mornings starts with breaking news.
Yeah, good morning. It is Tuesday, May 19th. I'm Jamie Yuccas.
And I'm Sheba Turk. Thank you for joining us this morning. Our coverage of the Sandy fire continues as firefighters continue to battle those flames threatening thousands of homes.
We have live team coverage this morning. Tina Patel is live near the fire line. Mark Liu has the latest updates on evacuations. And meteorologist Marina Jurka is in for Paul Diano. She's going to fill us in on the latest conditions and forecasts. But first, we want to get to the scene with Tina. Tina?
Yeah, good morning. We were just talking to a public information officer with Ventura County Fire, and the one good thing he says is that the fire did not grow very much overnight, and that is because the winds have died down. I want to show you some video from earlier. As we know, this fire broke out yesterday, and at that point it was very windy. There was a lot of dry brush in this area, and that's why the fire was able to spread so quickly. The latest numbers that we have is that 1,400 acres, nearly 1,400 acres did burn, but unfortunately there is 0% containment. But what firefighters just told us is that overnight they had a lot of firefighters that were out here. They were making lines both with dozers and hand crews. They also had some water dropping helicopters that were able to go at night with night vision, and they said they did feel like they made a lot of progress. They're continuing that work today, but they are keeping an eye on what the weather conditions will be like as the morning goes on. Here's what a firefighter told us about what their goals are for today.
Our goals for today are to make sure that we continue to reinforce our existing control features. We are expecting winds to increase this morning, and we have adequate resources in place to be prepared for that. We're using both ground resources and aviation resources. So we have fixed wing aircraft that are available to us that will be able to start flying and providing retardant drops. We had water dropping helicopters with night vision capabilities overnight, and we will continue to utilize those assets.
Now, unfortunately, there was one home that was completely destroyed by the fire yesterday. Right now, we are in that neighborhood where the fire was. We're not seeing a lot of smoke. We're not seeing any flames from where we are. But again, firefighters say because the weather could change earlier today, they are still concerned about there possibly being neighborhoods still threatened as the day goes on. And that's why evacuation warnings and orders remain in effect. For more on those exact locations, let's send it over to Mark Liu. He's at the desk.
Yeah, that's right, Tina. Thank you. Evacuation orders, as you mentioned, are still in effect for southern Simi Valley, but there has been a major shift on the east side and the west side of this fire in terms of where these evacuations are now in place. Now it's the community of Bell Canyon on the east side of this fire instead of the west. Let me show you on my map and go through the raw data from CAL FIRE. Now, what we're looking at here is where the Sandy fire started, right there at the center of your screen, just south of Simi Valley. In this red area, it's pretty large, is all the mandatory evacuations that are in effect. Now, of course, that includes the southern part of Simi Valley, but now it includes Bell Canyon here, right on the western edge of the city of LA. Now, Bell Canyon was evacuated before in the Kenneth fire in 2025 and again in the Woolsey fire in 2018. And of course, we are seeing here warnings, evacuation warnings in the Chatsworth area and down by the Oak Park area as well. Now, yesterday, these evacuation warnings were here, and the evacuation orders looked like they were going to be going to the west. But now the movement has swung to the southeast. That's mostly because the burn area is going in this direction. There was a huge amount of phosphates dropped here and here to protect these communities, and certainly up here as well. But the fires continue to move in a southeast direction towards Bell Canyon, and that's why there has been a major change in the direction of where these evacuation orders are now in effect. You can see this entire community of Bell Canyon under an evacuation order. Now, one of the things that I noticed here on this map, if I remove these evacuation perimeters, this red square at the center of your screen, that is a heat signature from satellite data. That shows where the last reported hotspots were. I dug into the raw data from NASA itself. These are the heat signatures from satellites detecting heat in the Simi Valley area. These light tan areas here, this is all heat signatures from the last 24 hours, essentially where the fire burned yesterday. Then this orange area here is a heat signature for the last 6 hours. And then this one right there in the center of your screen, the small one, that is a heat signature from just the last 1 to 2 hours where we believe the hot spot is in this fire. So really the heat coming down on this fire, burning into the wilderness south of Simi Valley. Let's take a look at the live radar. There is nothing on the radar. The aerial assault has not yet begun today. No aircraft in the area over the fire, media airships or firefighting aircraft. But as you heard from the firefighter down there at Tina's story, they expect to have that aerial attack begin soon. But one of the key components of this fight today to get this fire under control is the weather and whether or not it's going to cooperate with firefighters. For more on that, I want to send it over to Marina Jurka in the next weather center. Marina, what are we looking at today?
Well, Mark, that's right. We are going to see those gusty winds start to move in again as we push forward into the morning and the afternoon, but they won't be as bad as yesterday. And so that's what's awesome, is that our wind gusts will still be rocking and rolling at about, unfortunately, up to 30 miles per hour, but not up to 40 like yesterday. And so sustained winds right now in that area are only 5 miles per hour. So those sustained winds will pop up to about 10 to 15 as we push into the afternoon. And gusts right now are at 16 miles per hour. Yesterday, when the fire started, they were at 34 miles per hour. So it is a big difference, and our Santa Anas are weakening because they just don't have enough of that support as we move through the day today. So this graph over the next 24 hours in Simi Valley looks completely different than yesterday, where we were seeing upwards of 40-mile-per-hour gusts. Our peak is at 25, and that's at 11 a.m. And then we slowly start to chisel. And tomorrow will be even better because it is just losing a lot of that support system. Now, as a result of all of that smoke, though, we do have an air quality alert in effect throughout the bulk of our viewing area. So if you suffer from any respiratory issues, just know that that is going to be an issue probably for the next few days.